Most people think awakening looks peaceful. Soft smiles, calm voices, wise quotes. But here's the uncomfortable truth. When someone truly wakes up, they often make others deeply uneasy, not because they're arrogant or aggressive, but because something about them no longer fits the room. They've stepped outside the invisible rules everyone else still follows. This isn't a spiritual trend. It's a psychological shift, and it tends to unfold in recognizable stages. The first change is subtle but powerful. The mask stops sticking. They don't rebel or act fake on purpose. They simply stop needing approval to feel real. They can still play social roles, employee, friend, family member, but inside, they're no longer fused to them. The character loosens. The person underneath comes forward, and that's unsettling. Because when someone isn't desperate to be liked, you start noticing how much you are. Their calm presence reflects your own performance back at you, not with judgment, but with clarity. And for many people, that clarity feels threatening. The second shift goes deeper. They cease running from their own dark side. Instead of trying to be good, they acknowledge their jealousies, angers, selfish thoughts, and silent resentments. Not proudly, not shamefully, just honestly. They no longer battle being human. This doesn't make them cruel. It makes them steady. Because after you have stared down your own darkness, other people's shadows don't surprise you, they galvanize you. You're becoming more difficult to manipulate by guilt, fear, or moral outrage. The most dangerous person isn't the one who knows their flaws, it's the one who insists they have none. The third change looks like withdrawal. They begin to say no more frequently, not because they hate people, but thanks to the fact noise is exhausting. Empty conversations drain them, and the group dynamics of pretending weigh heavily. Solitude changes meaning. The loneliness stops feeling like loneliness and starts feeling like oxygen. This is often misunderstood. People assume depression, arrogance, coldness, but in reality, it's discernment. They would rather have one honest conversation than 100 polite ones. The fourth shift transforms relationships. Projection ends. They stop blaming others for how they feel. When something triggers them, they ask a difficult question. Why did this affect me? That single habit removes most emotional drama. This makes them hard to control. If someone tries to guilt them or dump responsibility for their feelings, it doesn't work. Not because they lack care, but because they refuse false responsibility. To people used to emotional leverage, this feels like abandonment. The fifth sign is social backlash. Once your thinking ceases to line up with the group, you are labeled detached, strange, too intense, unwell. Normal, after all, only means prevalent. And anyone who steps beyond shared assumptions can expect to be treated as if something is wrong with them. So they learn to translate. They speak simply in public, carefully, and save the deeper truth for private tract. This isn't dishonesty, it's survival. The sixth shift is emotional independence. Manipulation stops landing. Gaslighting fails. Old family patterns lose power. They see emotional games clearly because they've played them before and outgrown them. This creates a quiet boundary. They can care without collapsing, help without drowning. This balance often gets misread as being distant, but it's not coldness, it's maturity. The final stage is the return. They pull back, reflect and integrate, then they step back into the world, but not in the same way. They participate without being consumed. Work, relationships, and society become things to engage in, not identities to cleave to. They no longer can be controlled by shame, status, or pressure. And this is why systems push back, not out of evil, but instinct. Someone who can discern clearly is challenging the illusion simply by doing. Psychology calls this individuation. It feels like a death and a rebirth. You lose the security of assimilation, but you gain the certainty of identity. Yes, the cost is real. Isolation, misunderstanding, distance, but the reward is integrity, reality, and a self that is pressure-resistant. If you see yourself in that description, you're not broken, you're changing. And that change, quiet, painful, solitary, contributes something beautiful to the world. Because every person who wakes up makes it a little easier for the next one to do the same.